What's up? What's up? It's time to crush it today. It's going to be a great day. Hey, where does confidence come from? I want to talk to you about confidence because that literally, oh boy, does that affect every decision you make and just who you are as a human being. Is confidence. If you've ever struggled with confidence, by the way, that means you're human. I think we all have, except for people who are narcissistic, and you definitely don't want to be that. But if you've ever struggled with confidence, if you've ever had a season of your life where you felt like you were kicked in the teeth or you were questioning yourself, your abilities, what your future was going to be like, if you've ever been through that before, then you understand that that's not a state you want to live in, right? It's normal to have a season of doubt. So that is definitely human, but you don't have to stay in that state. The more that you understand how confidence is built, the faster you can snap out of it. It's literally a strategy. It's a formula that helps you to get out of a negative state of negative confidence into a state of confidence faster. So if you've been through a season, it's almost depressing, where you lost confidence in yourself for some reason, and maybe you knew exactly why it happened. Maybe you made some poor decisions in life or in finance or in business or in investing or something, and maybe you reflect on that and you've beat yourself up over it. Or maybe you're just in a season where you lack confidence and you have no idea why. You just don't feel very confident. How to snap out of it is a formula that's very important because it will shorten the length of time from being in that negative state to being in a positive state. The more that we hang out and talk about this mindset stuff, the more that you're going to figure out that almost everything comes back to its core, which is energy levels. And we'll get into a training on that. It's pretty deep. But I'm excited to share some more content on it. But today is all about confidence. So, where does our confidence come from at its core? Our confidence comes predominantly from keeping promises to ourselves. Most confidence comes from keeping promises that we've made to ourselves, actually keeping those promises. If you're like me, you're a loyal person, which can be a strength and a tremendous weakness. And if you're loyal, then you will do almost anything for other people, but sometimes you will not do that same commitment to yourself. And that is destructive. If you can relate to that, awesome. Not everybody can, but I certainly can. This would be people pleasers. These would be people that one of their core values is loyalty and those sorts of things. You have to be very, very, very careful, because you'll end up keeping promises to other people, but you won't keep promises to yourself because you don't mind. It's not as big of a letdown. It feels like if you're letting yourself down versus letting somebody else down. So which one's more painful to you? Is it letting other people down or letting yourself down? It's not a bad thing if you don't want to let people down. You shouldn't want to let people down, okay? If you've made a commitment to something, you should pretty much follow through. That's how the game works as far as being a good human being and being a good person. But my point is that those types of people, which I identify as, by the way, and I've worked hard on this over the last 15 years, have to develop the skill, because it literally is a skill. And it is a neuro pathway that you want to develop in your brain that says, no, I made a commitment to myself, and I'm going to, even if it's uncomfortable, I'm going to go through with it. Why? Because that's how you stack up wins to your commitment to yourself, and that breeds confidence. The reason I am so confident in the face of adversity, because I have been through some stuff. Have you been through some stuff? Let me tell you, I have been through some stuff. Like, I've been through a lot in my life, a whole lot. I've had, my mom's had I forget how many now, 23, 26 surgeries, including several brain surgeries. My father-in-law died of a heart attack at a very young age, just fell over unexpectedly, and he was very close to the family, very close to my wife. My wife was supposed to die many years ago. She weighed less than 100 pounds. She was in complete kidney failure. She had an autoimmune condition that attacked every vital organ in her body. I'm excited to tell you today she's alive and well. We've been married 11 years. I've been told that we couldn't have children, and we got pregnant. I've been told that the child's heart would not form and he would never survive. He's alive today, and he's 2.5 years old. I've been through my own medical issues. I've gone through a lot of things in life. I mean, I could continue going. You know, my sister overdosed from drug addiction twice. One time she actually passed away, and thank God the ambulance was there to shock her and get her back alive again. She'd have died had she not been there. Had they not been there? I could go on and on and on about the challenges that I've been through in life. And then we get into the business and the financial side of things. You know, my background being a former construction worker and a college dropout. I started my first business at 20. At 21, I was one of the youngest executives of a $400 million company that was publicly traded that went on to become a $4 billion company. And I led an army of people with that company for almost 15 years as a college dropout. And through that, which sounds great, I was through a ton of ups and downs. I was through a ton of ups and downs financially, times where I made good decisions, times where I made horrible decisions, times where I spent too much money, times where I didn't invest hard enough because I was too scared to. Like, I've been through all these different things. So what has created the confidence level that I have when I know that it is very likely in life to go through seasons of adversity? Like, I know I have adversity in my future. Why? Because I'm building something that matters. I'm building something that's important, and everything you want in your life is uphill. You cannot cruise to things that you want in life. The only way you can cruise is downhill. Like, if you want to be in worse shape, it's easy. You just do nothing. You'll cruise to worse shape. If you want to have less money, then don't manage your money. Like, just don't pay attention to it. I promise you, it will cruise downhill. You will lose net worth by just cruising. Everything you want in your life is an uphill grind. And when you accept that, you also need to accept the fact that your confidence is the same exact way. It is an uphill grind. You can start from wherever you're at right now, whether you feel like you're at a good level of confidence, a neutral level of confidence, a negative level of confidence where you don't have much. You can start there and start keeping the promises you made to yourself and watch those wins stack up. And all of a sudden, step by step, win by win, you start to become impenetrable. You start to become what they call anti-fragile, where you're not easily shaken. You become more bulletproof, more invincible. Not that nothing bad can happen to you, but your confidence in yourself that you have the ability to recover no matter what happens to you. No matter if you do lose money, if you lose a trade, if you lose an investment, if you lose a loved one, if something happens, you have the confidence that you can overcome it no matter what happens. And when you take that confidence and you bring it into your present, you make better decisions. You challenge yourself. You take risks. You do things that you need to progress and to grow. So that's my message for you today. How can you keep more promises to yourself with the goal of increasing your confidence? One of the things that you can do is you can create a wins journal. Now, I'm preaching to the choir here because I'm not very consistent at journaling, just in full transparency. It's something that it's more important to me now than ever because I watch my son grow up. He's 2.5 years old, and you know, there are things that he used to do that he no longer does, and I don't want to forget those things. They're little precious memories and moments that, you know, years go by and you just forget. You just don't remember it anymore. And when I journal, I get to capture those moments so that I can go back and reflect on them. But it's also a confidence building technique for two reasons. One, I can go back and look at challenges where I didn't know what I was going to do and how I got through them. It just helps me remember that I can get through challenges, even the most difficult things where in the moment I don't know what to do. Eventually I'm going to get to the other side of that. So that builds your confidence. But the second thing is keeping track of your wins. So every day that I do journal, there's a section there where I have to write at least 3 ways that I won. What were my wins for the day? At least 3. Sometimes it's a great trade. Sometimes it's getting a new client. Sometimes it's closing some deal. Sometimes it's health related, that I crushed it that day. I went to the gym and I went for a run and I got in the sauna that day or something, right? It doesn't matter what it is. The fact is you got to remind yourself of where you're winning and look at that, reflect on that on a regular basis. That will help you build your confidence as well. So again, I'll end with this. Where can you keep more promises to yourself with the goal of increasing your confidence, knowing that's going to impact every area of your life, including your fulfillment, including your energy levels, including being in an elevated state where you're excited about life regardless of adversity because you have so much confidence. And I want that for you. And I want it at a higher level than where you're at right now. And then I want it at a higher level from where you're at then. And then I want it at a higher level from where you're at then. Because this is something that can build on a lifetime. That's how you gain confidence in yourself. God bless you guys. Hey, listen, if you're not in our Discord, you're messing up. Go to discord.defiancy.finance. The link is in the notes below. Make sure you hop in our community. See what all is going on. You're going to love it. It's a vibrant community where people are winning, and we're going to be winning more and more and more as we move forward. We can't wait to see you in our Discord. God bless you. Talk to you in the next video. Bye for now.